You are standing in tall grass at dusk. No weapon, no shelter. Somewhere nearby, something with teeth built for exactly this moment is watching you. This wasn't a nightmare. This was Tuesday for millions of years of human history. Here's the reframe. You like to imagine your ancestors as hunters, spears raised, chasing down mammoths across the tundra. But for most of that story, they weren't always the hunter. They were, just as often, the meal. In 1949, paleoanthropologist Raymond Dart examined a small fossilized skull found in South Africa, a young Australopithecus africanus, dead for nearly 2 million years. Decades later, researcher C.K. Brain looked closer at the puncture marks in that skull and matched them to the talons of an ancient eagle. This child hadn't fallen. It had been snatched from above and carried off like prey. That single skull changed how scientists understood early human life. Our ancestors weren't standing at the top of the food chain. They were somewhere in the middle of it, hunted by leopards, hyenas, and giant birds that saw a two-legged primate as an easy meal. So how did a slow, clawless, fangless animal survive that? Not through strength, through strategy. The first weapon wasn't a spear, it was other people. Early hominins didn't wander alone. They stuck together in tight groups because a predator calculating risk versus reward thinks twice about attacking 20 screaming, rock-throwing primates instead of one. Safety in numbers wasn't a nice idea. It was survival math. Then came height. Trees weren't just for fruit. Fossil evidence shows early human ancestors retained strong, curved fingers built for climbing, long after they started walking upright. At night, when the big cats hunted, height meant distance between you and something that could outrun you on the ground, but not always follow you into the branches. Fire changed everything. Once humans controlled it, roughly 1 million years ago, based on burned bone evidence from sites like Wonderwork Cave, the calculation flipped entirely. Nearly every large predator on Earth has an instinctive fear of flame. A single fire at the mouth of a cave didn't just provide warmth. It built an invisible wall that almost nothing wanted to cross. And then humans got smart about distance. Throwing. Anthropologist Neil Roach has studied the unique shoulder structure that allows humans to throw objects with extraordinary speed and accuracy, a trait almost no other primate shares. A rock or a sharpened stick thrown from 30 feet away turns a helpless primate into a genuine threat, without ever needing to get close enough for claws or teeth to matter. Here's the twist. Some researchers argue that being hunted didn't just help humans survive. It may have helped build the human mind. Constant threat rewards the individuals who can anticipate danger before it happens, who can read tracks, sounds, and shadows correctly. Some anthropologists, including Donna Hart and Robert Sussman, in their research on predation and human evolution, argue that this pressure shaped cooperation, communication, and even the origins of storytelling itself. The earliest stories may not have been entertainment. They may have been survival manuals, passed around a fire, warning the next generation exactly where the danger lived. So the fear itself became a tool. Groups that talked, that warned each other, that remembered where the lion pride hunted last season outlived the ones that didn't. Think about that the next time something makes the hair on your arms stand up in the dark. That reaction, the instinct to freeze, to listen, to scan the shadows, isn't a glitch in your nervous system. It's an inheritance, passed down from ancestors who survived not because they were the strongest thing in the grass, but because they were the smartest thing being hunted in it. You were never built to be the deadliest predator on the savannah. You were built to outsmart the ones that were.